Greetings and salutations, friends. I am Nimithrandor, and visiting the flagship, I've spotted several familiar faces.
Lua, can't you just, sneak up behind those monsters with me and BAM! Take them all down?
Oh, they're playing a D&D campaign, or the Tevat equivalent. Actually really like the fantasy design of Yehoda there. Kinda wish they would make that into an actual costume. Unlikely. Oh well.
I can act 3 times in a round, and there are only 4 monsters in total. I'll take 3 down. You just gotta handle the last one.
I can draw the monster's attention from the front, but sneak attacks...
Well, there isn't much we can do. Itlua's a Lock Knight who chose the Goblet of Justice.
Indeed. If Itlua were to strike from behind, he would be forced to become an Oathbreaker Knight. A significant penalty would apply to all actions going forward.
Oof, that's not good. If we don't defeat all these monsters in one go, those explosives are going to blow us sky high.
There's another way. I can use Raging Torrent to dash straight into the thick of it, then detonate the explosives.
No, that won't do it all. Your character would get wiped out that way. We finally managed to gather the party and have such a lovely time together. It would be such a shame if you were the only one who got wiped out.
But if we don't do this, the character that you've been playing for so long might get wiped out too, Miss Navia. Wouldn't that be worse?
I only just started playing. Please don't.
Wait, I've got another trick up my sleeve.
Navia, put that crumb-cake away.
Uh-oh, that move was blocked too.
Navia and Clorinde? Fancy seeing you here. It might be over late, but all the same, welcome to Not Cry.
These pieces on the table, and the stuff you were saying just now, you're playing...
A savior has arrived! Right on time! Quick, come join us! Clorinde, this doesn't count as violating the rules, right?
It doesn't, if he's willing to join us. But it would seem that the Traveler hasn't quite grasped the situation. In short, we're playing a tabletop troupe script. In it, everyone takes on the role of a character. For example, Navia is a Marashose hunter, Yehoda is a master of chi, and Itlua is a Lock Knight.
Oh, don't fret. The rules are really simple. Just follow along and have fun. You'll catch on in no time.
If we wait any longer, those explosives are gonna blast us all sky high!
I'll join.
Well then, due to various factors, I'll set the difficulty of this game to easy mode. Now then, choose the skill for the character you'll be playing.
It does feel a bit strange to use this title, considering, but I choose to be a doctor.
Very well. In that case, you wish to learn the medicine skill, yes?
Yes, indeed.
Very well then. Let the game continue. Just when everyone was at their wits' end, a familiar voice rang out from behind them.
Long time no see, everyone. Looks like you need my help.
By the way, what are you doing here? Could it be that you heard our summons?
That kinda makes him sound like a summoned spirit. Well, not that he doesn't fit the part.
Indeed. You have called, and I must answer.
Guess that means I was randomly dragged into this game.
He's really good at getting into character, as always.
Though the Marashose hunters had much they wished to share with one another, at this moment, The joy of reunion must yield to the crisis at hand. Now then, the combat round continues. You have the first turn. Also, since we have a new member joining us, I'll be adding some dark cards to boost the enemy's various abilities.
The Traveler isn't a sudden addition. He's been traveling with us all along. We've just parted for a short while, that's all. Totally normal.
I've already counted the dark cards. You should start discussing your tactics.
You're so strict, Clorinde. Anyway, let's stick to the original strategy. Now that we have the Traveler with us, we have enough people. Itlua and I will hold the line out front against the monster's assault. Yehoda, Traveler, you circle around the back and take them all down in one swoop.
All right, leave it to me. We Masters of Chi get huge damage boosts when attacking from behind. But why are you a doctor? How's a doctor gonna perform a sneak attack?
Oh dear. I can attack with medicinal products, or I can knock them out with my heavy medicine box. Yeah, I did think it kinda strange that Ether chose to be a doctor of all things. Oh well.
I've calculated the weight of your medicine box, and yes, that would work. Furthermore, after throwing the medicine box, the highly toxic and anesthetic substances stored inside will be considered as having been thrown at the target as well.
So that's how it is. Oh, these tabletop troop games really are complicated. Oh, you gotta have a lot of imagination.
Coming up with a strategy already, huh? Nice work, Traveler. But let me say one more thing. Itlua, don't go charging in alone this time.
I understand. A Lock Knight's duty is to protect their companions and be their shield. Sorry, I always can't help myself.
Oh, don't worry about it. I can act 3 times in a round, so I'll definitely keep up with you. Just play however you want.
All right, Itlua. We'll be counting on you.
Then I shall use the skill attached to the Lock Knight's shield. Wrath of Righteousness!
The Lock Knight raised their shield, chanting the Knight's creed out loud. The monsters were completely captivated by the radiance of justice, and the fearless knight standing within that light. Meanwhile, the 2 companions lying in wait behind the foe seized this opportunity, preparing to launch their attack.
You take the first swing, I'll hit right after.
Oh? Draw a card. I choose the very last. 6. Oh, and it was exactly 6. So that was fortunate.
The Marashose hunter hurled the entire medicine box at the enemy. Just as he anticipated, when the box shattered, the medicines within began to mix. Caught amidst the highly toxic mist, the enemy, already struck in the back of the head by the medicine box, grew dizzy and collapsed to the ground.
Nice! Okay, next Right, gotta use swift as wind to close the distance, then use 4 element strike from behind. Ah, that hurts! Who bit my leg? Huh? Ashru? What are you doing here? Is it this late already? Oh no, oh no! I completely forgot the task that Boss Neff asked me to handle! I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I can't play right now!
Ashru just had to be a spoil sport, didn't he?
Ashru! Wait for me! Hey, why are you running off so fast?
Well, it seems we'll have to end our game here for today. Navia, put the monster sign back where it was. I saw that.
By the way, Navia, Clorinde, why did you come all the way here to play tabletop troupe? Not that I mind you being here, but I am curious.
Well, that's quite a long story. If we get the chance, we can sit down and discuss it in detail.
Actually, didn't Itlua say he wanted to invite a colleague to play with us? Since this game's paused anyway, why don't we take this chance to go find him? The more people we have, the more fun we'll have.
Now, this will be interesting. Flynn's, I'm assuming, is who Itlua was suggesting introducing to these two. And I will say, just from an aesthetics standpoint, Flynn's works rather well with Clorinde.
Mr. Flint's? Yeah. I'm sure he'll play with us if we go look for him.
Oh, that's perfect. Come on, let's go buy him some gifts first. And then pay him a visit in person.
Traveler, we'll let you know once we're ready.
When the time comes, you have to continue the adventure with us.
If you call, I shall answer.
That's my trusty companion for you. Now, let's go pay Mr. Flint's a visit. What kind of gift should we get him?
Antique coins tend to work well with Flynn's. And alas, everyone is gone. Actually makes me a little sad. Oh well. Well, it's on the subject of people looking good together. Itlua and Yehoda look decent together too. Not sure that I ship it per se, but it is interesting. If only for the fact that they're roughly the same age. Now then, I believe I see Yoimiya, who has carried through on her promise to pay the craft shop a visit. Oh, I'm so looking forward to seeing how she interacts with Inefa. And I know too, of course. Yoimiya is generally very good with children. So it'll be interesting to see how Aino reacts to her. It would seem that Aino has invited Yoimiya into their house. Ah, there she is.
Big Sis Yoimiya! You're here!
Calling her Big Sis Yoimiya already, huh? Yes, that is Big Sis Yoimiya for you. Like I said, she's very good with kids.
Hey there, Aino! I came as soon as I got your letter. So how's it going? Is it done? You bet. I finished your order right away. Inefa, help me verify the order.
Affirmative. Retrieving order data. Client Big Sis Yoimiya ordered a custom-made companion gift for children. Order complete. Remarks. To be traded for tricolor dango recipe, launch tube, kite, spinning top, and tamari. Order verification complete.
Everything's right here. Check it out. Satisfaction guaranteed.
Oh, let me see. Whoa! This is a pot of fish?
Yep. I call it the wibbly wobbly fishy pot. Look, the fish can even wiggle back and forth. Don't they look like they're really swimming in water? Now you won't have to worry about Matsuzaka and the others not being able to keep fish alive. They don't even need to change the water. What do you think? What do you think? Do you like it?
Wow, wow! Fish landed in a flower pot? That's awesome! I know! How did you come up with something this cool? Matsuzaka, Iwao, and Saika are going to be so excited! I'll say thanks for them first.
Of course! As long as there's sweet stuff involved, brainwork is easy peasy for me.
That's really awesome. Great job, I know.
You like it too? I made lots because I had enough materials. You can have this one.
Here's to our new friends. Thank you, I know. Should I trade some dessert recipes too, by the way?
No need, no need. Big Sis Yoimiya gave me lots of gifts, and she even made me so many toys that I've never seen before. I don't quite get how to play with a spinning top, though. Could you teach me one more time, Big Sis Yoimiya?
No problem at all. I even made a special I Know Only top spring just for you. Here, take it. And let's have a spin-off and see whose top can spin longer and faster.
Yay! Loser's gotta help Nefa make crumb cake.
And the winner may continue operating the spinning top while awaiting the completion of aforementioned crumb cake.
Yeah, exactly! Hurry up, Big Sis! I practiced a whole bunch yesterday.
Oh, trying to beat me? Not in 100 years.
I do love that laugh. I know's having a lot of fun. Why don't you give it a go, Anefa?
I performed this trial yesterday, following precise calculation of the force, angle, and time necessary to initiate the spinning operation. I have concluded, so long as I apply sustained force, the spinning top will continue rotating indefinitely.
Mustang, eh? It wouldn't happen to be Roy Mustang, would it? Anywho, continue rotating indefinitely, you say?
Affirmative. My spinning top ceased rotation only when Aino and Miss Yoimiya fell asleep on the sofa, and I proceeded to cover them with a blanket. Since then, I have assessed that I remain best utilized performing my designated functions, making crumb cake, and reminding Aino and Miss Yoimiya to eat. With that said, Aino's emotional state has taken a significant positive shift following Miss Yoimiya's arrival. Inference. She has established a new friendship. This is most favorable.
It is a wonderful thing indeed. It's a pity that Yoimiya has to eventually go back home to Inazuma. But who knows? Perhaps Aino will be able to visit her in Inazuma someday.
Just you watch. I'm not gonna launch it into the air again.
It's alright, Aino. No matter how far your top flies, I will always be there to catch it. Also, would you like me to perform a polishing procedure on your spinning top? The impact marks are significant and could interfere with force application.
Whoa! Inefa, you're amazing! You caught the spinning top even after it went flying!
This is just a minor task. If Aino requires more assistance, I can also retrieve the kite at the top of the workshop and recover the tamari stolen by small animals.
Who would have thought? Looks like toys from Inazuma are a hit here and not cry too.
A wonderful little aside. Adorable, even. And I really did miss hearing Yoimiya Like I said before, or in a different video I've said anyway, that I do kind of regret not having Yoimiya on either of my accounts. The stars simply never aligned. And unfortunately, Yoimiya is going to need a sizable buff if she's going to be competing with the likes of Moika. A pipe dream, that, I think. But perhaps she might be improved enough to be running alongside, perhaps, Arlecchino. Honestly, Hu Tao at C0 would seem the easier benchmark to reach. But oh well. And I believe our last anecdote for the day will be Nicole spying on the Knights of Favonius camp. I wonder, is she looking for Varka? They did have that little interaction during the Archon quest, which I know some people have interpreted as flirty. Not sure I'd go quite that far, but I will say they do look kind of cute together. And Varka does kind of flirt with everybody. But we'll see. At the moment, it looks like she's hid behind this bit of stonework. I don't think they would mind you paying them a visit, Nicole.
Yes, just like that. This will be more than enough to assassinate Varka.
What? Assassinate Varka? What are you doing?
I'm going to assassinate Varka.
I'm asking why you do that.
I need ideas for assassinating the Grand Master.
Okay. Two things. I'm going to report this to Alice. And more to the point, you are not allowed to hurt the Grand Master.
I went over this with Alice a long while ago. She stands with me, and has even offered several ideas on how I might take him out.
Okay, I think I understand now. Take out. Methinks that Alice, being far more human and personable, and being married with a child herself, has suggested that Nicole take out Varka? Imply on her end suggesting that Nicole ought to date him, whereas Nicole seems to have taken it an entirely different way. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to ask about this, aren't we?
Of all her suggestions, this one seemed the most promising. Bring a full cart of Mondstadt's newest dandelion wine all the way here, and then, before Varka's very eyes, tip the entire cart over the cliff.
Oh. Cruel and unusual, but not actually all that harmful.
Perhaps the monumental, overwhelming grief will make him collapse, or go drown himself in whatever other wine he can find.
That doesn't sound like it'll work. Wait, no! Don't even think about doing something so horrible.
When writing a novel, the author, naturally, seeks to be as extravagant as possible, especially when writing detective novels. If the opening lacks a striking turn, how is the rest of the plot meant to unfold? Alas, this will be my final attempt at writing detective novels. Oh, I suppose they call them crime novels in Inazuma. In any case, they all tell of crime. There's hardly a meaningful distinction. I also discussed it with Barbie, But our novel writing sessions always evolve into crime planning sessions. Methods of crime and puzzles of deduction. We have explored plenty of those. Yet the plot would not advance.
Such as?
The Angel Killer case. Try as they might, the culprit remained elusive. The desperate detective rushed into the crowd, then shouted the revered names of the 4 great rulers at the sky.
So we move from killing Varka to Nicole having been murdered. What with her being an angel and all.
Whoosh! Pitter-patter. Boom! Detective and murderer reduced to ash.
It sounds like you just ended your novel on the first page.
What kind of writing is that? Doesn't that leave no room for deduction at all?
Of course there is. It was only through painstaking deduction that the detective finally discovered the names of the 4 great rulers, learning also that shouting them at the sky would inevitably reduce one to ash.
We mean using deduction to find the killer. And are you also implying that our detective deliberately blew himself up along with his suspect? That seems counterproductive, to put it mildly.
My point exactly. Simply deducing who the culprit is has become dreadfully unoriginal. The subject of one's deductions must be something more creative. I even thought of having a Seelie detective. An angel who, longing to become a detective, became a Seelie. And by some twist of fate, ended up as a detective's assistant. All Seelies love to guide people, so this one went about leading the detective from case to case. I found the idea rather interesting. Come to think of it, the Seelie detective and the Angel Killer case seem far more interesting than assassinating the Grand Master. Never mind, guess I'll move on to work on that idea then.
What happened to all the details you were working through? And you're just going to move on?
It's precisely because I overthink every little detail that I've lost interest in continuing. Not to mention the mountain of words I'll have to write. The very thought of penning all those words. Oh, what a hassle. And I can't even get a ghostwriter for this one. I'll just work on the Angel Killer case instead. But how might the detective deduce the truth? Perhaps he could have a conveniently informative dream.
That in itself is rather cliché. So, in short, Nicole was not actually contemplating murdering Varka, but instead coming up with ideas for a story about Varka dying. I will have to wonder what she actually thinks of Varka if she's literally coming up with stories about killing him. Even if she has already abandoned the idea.
Seelie detective. Hold on. Why not have the Seelie guide that detective to assassinate the Grand Master instead?
Oh, so much for moving on. I wonder, is it just supposed to be a joke that she's openly plotting killing Varka? In story form, granted. Or is this a retort of a kind to all the people who started shipping Nicole with Varka after the Archon quest? Then again, another interpretation could be that Varka is on Nicole's mind a lot, which could be interpreted a few different ways. She's thinking about him, at least. Yay. Still, more than a little odd. But with that, I believe we have gotten enough for a reward. Yep, indeed, we have 2 extra. So, we'll need to find 8 more to get another 50 primos. And yes, we'll be looking into this parasol soon enough. But that will be another day's story. So, right quick, I'll look around and see if any more anecdotes jump out at me. It's been a while since we've seen any in Netland. And longer still since any in Sumeru. Liyue just had Lantern right. So can hardly say we haven't seen anything of them recently. Alas, it seems that is the end for the time being. Well, if you enjoyed this, please remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Do check out my Elden Ring Let's Play, as well as my playthrough of the Genshin Impact main story. And, as always, have a good day.